Hi, I'm Chef Rafael and welcome. Today's episode, I'm going to show you a delicious dish. It's a potato-based dish. It's actually called Lyonnaise potatoes. Now, Lyonnaise potatoes are basically sliced the way it is. Now, in this video, I'll explain more about Lyonnaise potatoes, how they are made and why they are called Lyonnaise potatoes. They smell really nice. They have caramelized onion. They have a nice caramelized color for the potatoes. It's perfect dish as a accompaniment with chicken or beef, and even you can eat it by itself. So it's up to you. Watch till the end, you see how simple it is to make it. Let's get cooking. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so that you're actually notified whenever I have a new video out, and especially when you hit the bell button. Now, today's recipe, Lyonnaise potatoes. Now, Lyonnaise potatoes are actually they are French, they're originally French, and Lyonnaise is actually from Lyon in France, so it's from that region. And basically when you hear Lyonnaise potatoes, think of sliced potatoes and plenty of onions. Also think of caramelized, the onions will be caramelized, so it's a real delicious dish. It's super simple to make, but a few things that you have to keep in mind when slicing the potatoes. Make sure they are the same thickness, at least so that they actually cook at the same time. And then now the first thing we're going to do is to blanch the potatoes. We need to pre-cook the potatoes. We will start by putting them in our pot together with the water. I've already rinsed the potatoes. Now, depending on the potatoes that you use, you may need to rinse it once or twice. At least the water, at least it's clear. So I'll turn this on. So cold water, and then add salt. So plenty of salt. I always like adding plenty of salt, especially when you're doing this, because this will actually season the potatoes. So that's good. So when it starts boiling, this is how I usually time it. When it starts boiling, I'll time about 3 minutes, and then I'll turn off the heat. Because they are not so thick, they will not take a long time to cook. And also you don't want them to be fully cooked. You want to be cooked about 75% cooked, so that the rest of the cooking will actually happen on the bigger pan that I'll use, a big pot or a big pan that I will use later. In the meantime, while this is cooking, I'll chop the onions. So one thing I forgot to mention about the potatoes that I have is that I didn't peel them. Now you can choose to peel them. It's just that personally, especially for this type of potato that I have, I like them with the peel on, but definitely you can peel them if you prefer. But if you're not going to peel them, just make sure that you clean them, scrub them clean. And now that they are ready, it's actually been about 3 minutes. From the time it started boiling, just take a knife. You can either taste it, should be hard. So even when I use my fingers to press at the center, I can feel it's a little bit raw, and that's how you want them, because you're going to actually to cook them in the next level. So now I'm going to drain off this water, and then when the water is off, I'll bring a new pan now for the cooking process. Now it's the next level of cooking. Now we have the onions ready. It's completely sliced. I used 4 onions, 4 medium-sized onions. I have margarine or butter. Butter actually gives a better flavor. That's another thing about Lyonnaise potatoes. You actually have to cook them to get that nice flavor, that is caramelized flavor. You get it from butter, or if you don't have butter, you can also use margarine. Some cooking oil as well, and salt and pepper. So let's start. Now the pan needs to be hot, so I'll start with the hot pan. I already had turned on my heat, and then start by adding oil, cooking oil, a generous amount, because I'm actually going to cook all the potatoes I have. The amount of potatoes I had was about half a kilo that I sliced, and then add margarine or butter. So I'll add a small amount first of the margarine. Now when you cook with margarine and oil, what happens is that now, especially butter, which usually tends to burn easily, when you mix it with oil, it cooks in a better way. It will not brown or burn easily. So what I want is for them to completely mix. Yeah, and the sizzle, that's what you want. You want a wide pan. And then I'll start by adding the potatoes. Yeah, all of it, together with the onions. I'm using high heat. Because the idea is to brown everything together. Now I had put salt in the potatoes. I'll actually taste that. I'll actually taste if the salt is enough. Salt is okay. So all I will add later is a little bit of black pepper and to the taste that I want. But the first thing right now is to make sure that it starts caramelizing. So now the cooking is almost done, and what I've done, and this is something I felt it's good to mention, is in case you notice some of the potatoes and onions are cooking faster than others and you don't have enough space on your pan, because this will definitely happen, is you can actually divide the, remove some of them like what I did. So this is a batch that I had removed, and then I let this batch continue cooking. And then when it was done, I'll put this back on to continue cooking, because the whole idea is you want the potatoes to have that caramelized look, which means that they don't lie on each other. So you can either do this in two batches, like even cook the first batch, put it aside, and then cook the second batch. Or if you did like I did, put them all together. At some point, especially if your pan or pot is not wide enough, you'll actually be forced to do exactly what I did, which is exactly what I wanted you to know. And now when this, and then also add more oil or butter or margarine if you need to. Definitely not all pieces will actually be caramelized, but the more the better. The onion will tend to caramelize faster. It also depends on the fire that you have. So keep stirring them, and this is why we are actually cooking them until it's 3/4 way cooked, because you want them to be, I'll actually reduce the fire now. You want them to cook more on the pan. So when it's fully cooked in water, it's hard to get these results. So return it to the pan. Nice brown caramelized color. This is exactly what I wanted. The onions, and to finish you can either add slightly more butter, and remember butter will actually help in caramelizing, or if you want to reduce the amount of oil or fat that we use, just you can skip the butter the last moment right now. So now this is good. All is left is serving. So I've served it, and what I did, which I did it off camera, is I chopped some parsley and added it in the pan, like mixed it together with the potatoes while it's still in the pan, and then I've added slightly more on top. And basically when serving it, it gives it some nice color, especially parsley specifically. Now there's many of you watching that may want to add some other herbs like coriander or dhania. Yes, you could. Anyway, anything green would add some life to the potatoes. But what I love about it is the onion. The onion is the whole point of the caramelized onion. If I could dig in, so let me take a piece or two together with the onion. It's a little bit hot. This is great. Wow. The onion, the potato is, I'll be honest, also the type of potato matters. Now the one that I used here, it's the one with the red skin on. Here we call it Alica potatoes. Any potato that is not floury, sometimes you can get it wrong, I'll be honest. You can go and think this potato is good. Now the good thing about a potato dish, even if the potato breaks apart, it will still be tasty. This is good because most of the potatoes are still round, and when you bite into it, it's still nice and it's not overcooked, it's perfect. But in case you get potatoes that break easily, it's fine. So long as you add plenty of butter or margarine, and have onion, and then it has that nice caramelized taste, color, it's fine. Next time when you buy new other potatoes, try it and let me know in the comment section how yours turn out. Also, when serving this, almost forgot, you can serve this with chicken, beef, whether it's a stew or like a steak. It's up to you, but personally, even this by itself, I can have it instead of chips because a lot of people like eating chips. So you can have this with ketchup. Again, it's up to you. And I hope you've learned something new. I'm signing out. I'm Chef Raphael. If you have not followed me on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, make sure you do. And hit that bell button. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. It helps me know which types of videos that you want. And until next time, I'm signing out. Goodbye.